would like to introduce Christine Goritchan to the platform. So please make Christine very, very welcome.
Thank you, Carol, and good evening, everyone. I prefer to use this one because when I'm working with this energy, it makes me move. I can't always stay still, and I also feel like I can see each of you better than just standing there at the moment. To begin with, I have a couple of people with me from Spirit on my way here tonight. I'm not always given exactly who it is that I'm going to, so each of you is going to have to listen, aren't you? And make sure that you're connecting in every way possible with the information that I am coming through with. I know that I'm on this side of the room to begin with, and I was told there was someone here tonight who's been working really, really hard to clear out things that are around them, things that are no longer used to them, just clearing out old stuff. So, can anyone here connect to this, please? Thank you very much. Can I ask your name, please? Diane. Thank you, Diane, very much. I've got a gentleman with me, and he's telling me he passed to Spirit quite some time ago. He's coming through as quite tall. He was a very easygoing person, and he liked to treat life just as it came. He wasn't a person who planned very much. He just took it as it came to him. He had quite a few tough times in his life, and he's talking about in his growing up years. And he's taking me back to when you were quite younger in your years. And the connection that I'm feeling with him is that he is possibly a grandfather. Okay, let's see what else he wants to give you. He's telling me that he was around you when you were quite young, but as you grew older in your years, it was as if there was a big distance between you. Do you understand that, please? Not really. All right, so I have to get some more information from him. Thank you. He's showing me some very big boots. They look like they're army boots. So this gentleman was in the army. Does that make it easier for you to connect to him now?
I can relate to someone in the army, but there wouldn't be the distance.
Okay, thank you. So we may have two people who are talking to me here. Unfortunately, that can happen sometimes, and then I have to work harder to work it out. So I do feel like I have two people with me now that you've said that. I've got this gentleman with the army boots. He was quite a tall gentleman, quite a slim gentleman. But I also have an older gentleman on this side of me, and he is the person who would just take life as it is. And I'm feeling grandfather connection here with you. Thank you. Do you understand this? Okay. Thank you, Diana. All right. There's a message from the gentleman in the army boots. He's saying that there's been a lot going on around you at the moment. You've been questioning where it is that you're heading in life, what it is that you really want to be doing, because you're looking forward to the future. Do you understand that, please? He's saying that you will know of his presence because he brings a particular aroma with him. I'm feeling more like a cigar smoke rather than a cigarette smoke. Do you understand that? Good. That's just to let you know that he is with you and he is watching over you. He's saying there's still some more sorting out for you to be done. Just take your time. Just take your time with it. He will be guiding you. It's like he's just sort of whispering in your ear, and I want to come to your left side, so you may feel some energy going on this side of you. He's saying that there is something that you really do need to pay attention to, though. There are some very important papers, and I see them tucked away towards the back of a storage unit of some sort. It looks like it's dark brown furniture in colour. He's saying when you get to that, be very, very observant of what those papers are about, because they'll be very important, okay? He's bringing through a lot of love for you, and he's also bringing through a small white dog. Looks like it's got brown patches on it. Do you understand this stuff, please? Okay. This stuff's been around you a little bit at the moment too, because it's coming through with so much energy. And it's bringing through that extra energy because you've been feeling your energy dropping a little bit lately. So just watch out. As you start to move forward, you will feel as if you're stepping into something. And this will be the dog. And the dog just wants to say hi. Okay. quite a cheerful animal, this one. Okay. There's something else I have to give you. Quite often what will happen is I'll just say one more, and then I have to wait for the information to come. That's the message. It's coming from your grandfather. He's saying that there is something that you're thinking of doing. It's taking a step in a slightly different direction than what you've taken before. Do you understand that, please? It's saying you need to just wait, give it a little bit of time, give it a little bit of reflection, and when you do that, you'll know exactly what it is that you have to do. Because at the moment, there's a little bit of, will I, won't I? Do you understand this? Great, thank you. So he's just saying give yourself a little bit more time, just sit and reflect on it. So I'll leave that with you, Diane, with a lot of love. Okay, thank you. I need to come to this side of the room now. We had a gentleman with me. I'm not sure who I'm going to just yet, so we need to find out. Okay, what does he want to say to this person? I work with spirit in quite physical ways, and you can see what I'm doing. I can't keep still. I have to keep moving. So whoever I want to connect to is a person who feels like they need to keep moving. They haven't got time to stop. There's no time to do anything else much but to just keep going in their daily routine. Who am I connecting to over here? And probably so many of you can recognise it. I feel drawn to this lady here. May I ask your name, please? Trish. Trish, do you understand this, please? Thank you. Sorry, ladies. Hopefully someone else will come to you later tonight. All right, Trish, I have a gentleman who's standing behind you. He's telling me that he's your father. He passed the spirit world quite some time ago, and I'm feeling energy in my chest area, which is telling me he either died of a lung condition or a heart condition. Do you understand this, please? Thank you. He's a very gentle person, and he's making me slow down. And that's what he wants you to do. Because he says this busyness is not serving you in any way. And so he wants you to just have a look around you, take inventory, his words, not mine, of what it is that you're doing, and look at the things that you can start doing in a short space in time. He says there's nothing wrong here, it's just that you need to just slow down for you to rejuvenate, because you're out there for so many people. You're the type of person who's telling me that can just go, yes, I can do it, anytime anyone asks anything of you. Do you understand that? Yeah. But it's time for you as well, and you're just as important as everybody else around you. Do you understand where you get these strange sensations on the top of your head? Yes. Well, that's your dad. He's playing in your hair. They do that. They like to let us know that they're with us. And he's just wanting you to pay attention when that happens, because we can communicate with our loved ones. And so when you get that sensation, just be still. Just say hi to him. Say whatever words you need to say to him to connect to him. And then ask him, what do you want me to know? And he will be right there to just help you as you move forward in life. He's telling me that you've still got a lot of things to do. There's a lot of things you want to experience. You're not a girl who sits down very much, and you've got great plans to go in so many different places. Do you understand that? He will be right there with you. He's showing me an old style suitcase rather than the more modern, up-to-date one. But this is just his way of saying to you that he will be travelling with you. But he's going old style. He's going to go in such a way that he's going to take his time. He's going to work it all out himself. And that's what he wants you to do. Because sometimes people are telling you what you need to be doing. Do you understand that?
Not very often.
Well, he's just saying this to you, and I know what I get. So just pay attention to where that is showing up around you, and make your own decisions and choices. All right? I'll leave that with you, Trish. Thank you very much. Okay. Where am I going? To the young lady with Nick, please. Your name again? Annalisa, thank you, Annalisa. I think I've come to you a couple of times before, haven't I? Yes, but I have to keep coming back to you for some reason. I've got a gentleman here with you tonight. He was in the back seat as you drove along, and he says he's been watching where you've been heading in life. And he's saying that once again, like so many other people here at the moment, because we are like-minded souls, we all come together in particular ways and at particular times, that you've got a lot of thoughts going around in your mind at the moment. Do you understand that? Yeah. And he's saying that you're finding it a little bit hard to make a decision, and you're not quite sure what it is that you really need to be doing for you. Do you understand that? Yeah. Sure. He's here to help you out with, I'm getting a feeling of an uncle connection to you, and I want to go to the father side of the family. This gentleman was not a particularly tall gentleman. I want to say he had quite a strong build about him. He was a no-nonsense person, and he would tell it exactly like it is. Do you understand this gentleman?
Yeah, that's my father's family.
Okay. He's here to say to you, you need to be able to stand up to people as well and tell it like it is. Because you're a person, you don't like to make waves, you don't like to upset people, and none of us really do, but you need to be able to stand up for you in the situations around you. Now, as for the decision as to what you want to do, he's showing me here a space outside in your garden. It looks really beautiful. You've been doing a fair bit of work in your garden, do you understand that? He's been there watching over you. He's having a bit of a laugh about you digging something. So, where was it you were having problems digging? Wherever that was, he was right there with you. But he's saying it's like you're digging for buried treasure right now in your mind. And he's here to help you do that, and it doesn't have to be hard. All you need to do is just give yourself a little bit of time and space. Shut the doors, close the doors, put on some nice music, and just sit and just ask. Just ask, because they are here to help us, to guide us wherever it is that we really need to be going and what we need to be doing with our life. You will need a pen and paper with you, because I feel like there's a lot of information that's going to come through for you, because he could talk quite well, couldn't he? He was a man who would say a lot, and he wants to say a lot to you, so that's why you will need the pen and paper.
I need a lot of help.
Okay. There is a change coming up for you, he's telling me. Not a big change, just a small one, but when that small change comes, it will have a big effect, and it will actually help turn your life around. Do you understand this? He's also showing me that there's something you need to wash your hands of. There's something that you are doing or you are involved with that you don't need to be anymore, and he will help you discover that. Okay? Because what's happening for you is it's like you're here, there and everywhere, and you're not getting, like I got for Trish, you're not also getting enough time for you at the moment. Do you understand that? Yeah. We're all very good at being there for other people, but we need to be here for ourselves first. We are so important, we really are, and that's what he's here to say to you, Annalise, okay? You've got a lot of gifts, you've got a lot of talents, and it's time for them to start coming on, being shown like a blossom tree. It's time for you to blossom now and to just use all those talents and gifts that you've been given. But you've got to clear what's around you first to allow that energy to come in and work with you, okay? We are here to do evidence of survival, but I am getting a guide with you. I'm getting, I want to say a master guide coming through. They're on a slightly different level of being, and they come through with higher truths and spiritual understandings. And he's saying it's because it's time for you to move to a new level now. He says that you've been sitting for quite some time, you've been developing, you've been learning, but now it's time for a big shift for you. Do you understand that?
Yes.
He's telling me that his name is Michael, not Archangel Michael. Different Michael, okay. He's got a very gentle energy, and as he steps close to you, you'll feel a great sense of relief, as if, thank goodness, I feel really good, okay. And when you feel that energy, he's saying he will also prompt you from time to time to go and sit and to just be, so that he can communicate with you. All right, I'll leave that with you in the lesson.
Thank you.
And one more, I think, before we get someone else. All right, so who am I looking for? They come to Brenda, is it?
Yeah.
Yes, thank you, Brenda. This is Brenda's first time ever at something like this. So welcome to tonight, Brenda. I have a gentleman standing behind you. He's telling me that he is a grandfather on your mother's side of the family. He wasn't someone that you knew particularly well. He looks like he was slightly balding before he passed to the spirit world. Do you understand this gentleman, please?
Yes, I think so.
Okay, thank you. Don't think so, it has to be so, all right? I'll get a little bit more from him. He's showing me a farm area. I'm seeing cows, I'm seeing cattle, so he was around that type of area. Do you understand that with him? Good, thank you. He's with you right now. He's very pleased that you made it here tonight, because he says you're starting a new journey. You are beginning to question all about life. Why is it you're here? Why is it things happen? So he wants to congratulate you on this step that you've taken, because all of these beautiful people here are on exactly the same journey, and they have asked many questions and they've gone through many things, the same as yourself. So make sure that you say hello to a few people here. It isn't always easy when you walk in on your own, but they are all very friendly. Look at the smiles on their faces. Thank you. All right, now, I'm hearing the word stop. There's something you have to stop doing. He's telling me that you are very good at doing the right thing for everybody else around you. You always put everybody else first around you. Do you understand that? This is one of the lessons that Spirit taught me. What is right? What is the right thing to do? What is right for you will be right for everybody else. So when you get this strange sensation in the top of your chest, that is your own connection to that other world and to all of life to say to you, Brenda, this is not what you're meant to be doing right now. So he wants you to pay attention to that. He's also standing behind you right now. He's rubbing his hands across your shoulders. He says you carry a lot of tension there and he wants to help take that away. So he will be whispering in your ear to help you work with what it is that's bringing the weight into your world and help you release that. All right. He's putting a hat on your head as well too. He says you wear many hats in life. It's like you're a very talented young lady and you could do many things. You could do whatever it is that you really set your mind to do it. But he's saying it's now a time of choice for you because you have been going in so many different directions and now it's time to get really focused and head in the direction that you really want to be going. He's also telling me you have a gift of healing and I'm coming to your hands and I can feel the energy in your hands. So there will be people here who will be able to help you to develop that, all right? So thank you, I'll leave that with you with a lot of love. Thank you very much, everyone. I'm going to sit down. I was shown a gentleman and I feel like I'm connecting to someone over here. Not a very tall gentleman. He looked like he passed quite early in his life. Fairly slim, short back and sides, brownish coloured hair. And I'm feeling a family connection. So does anyone in this part of the room understand who I'm connecting to here, please? All right, we'll get a little bit more from him. Interesting, I can feel drawn, but he still may connect over here because I'm coming here next. It's interesting the way that Spirit works with us sometimes. They don't always make it that simple and easy. We have to sometimes work a little bit harder. So this gentleman, he passed with, I feel like some sort of illness. I don't think the illness was very long. Was quite a shock to the family because it wasn't something that anybody was expecting. And it didn't take him that long before he passed to the other side. Very life-loving person, had a lot of energy, did a lot in the community. I feel a connection to a fire brigade as well too as I'm getting this information. So is anyone understanding this gentleman yet? Okay, I'll just have to keep going and if we don't get it like die, we're going to have to stop. Very interesting evening, isn't it? Mm-hmm. I know I want to come here, I'm meant to come here, but Robert, do you understand this young man? Because I'm also feeling drawn to you. Or maybe it's the name Robert that I'm getting, because I'm connecting to you. Okay.
No, it doesn't.
All right, thank you very much. No one connects with Robert. A young man in spirit died of an illness, passed very quickly. Maybe over here and maybe over here. Okay, thank you very much. All right, so we'll get a little bit more from him and find out who we really want to connect to. Okay. Sorry, he's just making me be still for a moment. I just have to be still. Car accident, I'm getting connection to a car accident. Car accident connects to you, Norma, not necessarily with this one, but it doesn't you. Thank you, I'm coming to Norma, who I do know, who is a medium in her own right. Thank you, Norma. Okay, I don't know a lot about Norma's life.
She doesn't know anything.
She's only just joined my group not that long ago, but will be up on platform very shortly. All right, so Norma, feel like I've got two gentlemen here. First one is this young man with the brownish coloured hair, and there is a connection to a car accident. So does this make sense to you? Okay, thank you. He's coming through with a lot of love. He wants to put his arms around you and give you the biggest hug. He's saying that even though you didn't always spend a great deal of time together, the time that you did have was what he would refer to, not necessarily his words, that Spirit giving them to me quality time, because you always gave your whole self to those who were around you. And so he's just coming through with a beautiful big bunch of flowers, but if you could see these flowers, it's like they've just been thrown together, because he was a young man who didn't really worry too much about how things would happen. He just wants to bring them through for you. Also got another gentleman standing behind me right now, and I think I've brought him through for you once before. I'm feeling a connection to your father. I want to say father rather than say dad. Does that make sense? Okay, thank you very much. He's just giving me that information. Now, he is also showing me the ceremony that you do. Norma has an amazing, what she calls a talking stick. That is part of her background and her traditions. And he's saying that's going to be very important in the future. There is so much more that is ahead for you that you have no idea of yet. And I'm getting shivers going through me right now. I'm being shown big stages. I'm seeing lots of people coming together, and I'm feeling quite emotional here, because people need to be connecting, not just to themselves, but to everything that is around them. We've forgotten how to do that, and he wants to say how proud he is of you. You hold your head up high, you don't show what's been going on in your world, you just present a smile all the time. And so there are a number of people showing up around you right now as well too. You can probably feel them all around you, knowing you. And they're just putting a circle of flowers on your head. They say you don't need any adornments in life, but they just want to do this. It's symbolic in some way for you, and it's recognition of you. And they're coming through with so much love. And I also am getting the words from your father: love, honour and respect, because this is what you are truly about. I'll leave that with you, with a love. Thank you. Okay. So I had something else, and after that, now I've just got to connect back to it once again. I'm just taking my time here. So, who am I connecting to? Okay, I'm hearing the words, hello Josephine. Okay. Who would have been someone around you, and I'm feeling a female energy with you, who would have just taken their time. You couldn't rush them, you couldn't push them. You're a girl who keeps moving, I know that. You're involved in so many things. But this lady that's coming through, I don't feel she's family. I feel she connects to you in some other way. I feel like more of a lifelong business type of connection. Not that it was a business as such, but it was like some sort of an organisation. I feel this lady passed through, and I want to say with cancer, and I want to say with breast cancer. So do you understand who this lady is? She wasn't very tall, hair was quite short, and it looked like it was quite dark in colour. And she was around you, and I want to go back a little bit in time though. She's telling me it's been quite some time since she passed. Do you understand this lady, please?
I could do, darling, but
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
But I know somebody's with me right now.
Okay, good. All right. So if you're not sure, I'll just ask her for something else, and then we'll see what she has to say for you. There was a time when you were involved in raising funds for an organisation. Do you understand that? This is where we want to go. This is where she's saying you connect. She's saying you're also still very, very strong on helping out in the community, even though you don't have the same energy that you used to have. She's saying that you're still going to persist and you're still going to keep going, and she is here to support you every step of the way. And she's just saying, just take your time though, because like many of us, you move at 90 miles an hour. She's actually made me slow down, for those of you who know me. I walk fast, I talk fast, I get going, I've got too much to do. After my son's death, it taught me that we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, so do what you want to do today. We don't know how much time we actually do have. And she's saying you want to use every precious moment of every minute, and you don't want to waste your time. She's talking to me about music at the moment. Music is very important to you. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. Good. And I also want to come to Robert with your crystal bowls. She's connecting to both of you, and she's saying that there is more to come for both of you in that respect. There is more that you both need to be doing. I'm seeing like a group gathering and bringing people together to share the energy and the healing that will come from those. Okay.
Yes.
Can we just have our cruise first?
Okay. You may. Just a little bit of a warning here for you, Josephine. She's saying just watch your feet at the moment. You're not quite watching where you're placing your feet because you are moving so quickly. Just a little bit of just keep an eye on where you're putting your feet. All right, so I'll leave that with you with a long
Brainstorm.
Okay. All right. Feel one more and then we'll see where we're going. I really feel drawn to this young lady over here. Your name, please? Julia. Julia was working here this afternoon, and then when she discovered this was on, said, could you find me a place? So thank you to those sitting on the floor. We were not quite expecting all these beautiful people to turn up. All right, Julia. I've got a gentleman standing behind you right now, but as I'm connecting to you, I'm having trouble with my breathing. Do you understand this gentleman? And I feel he connects to you on your father's side of the family, but I don't feel that it's your father. Do you understand who this gentleman is, please? 1 of 3. All right, so let me see. I had someone in an Air Force uniform before. Is he someone who would have come in an Air Force uniform? If not, I've got to find where he belongs in a moment. Okay. They're all just popping in. They don't want to say hello to you and give their messages. Okay. I'm getting that it's the middle one in height of the 3. I know that's not the best description I can give you, but that's what they're giving me. Because there's something here about who is the tallest and who could stand up the straightest. Does that make sense to you? Okay. All right. Well, I want to go with one who's of the middle height. I want to say that his hair didn't always sit straight, even though he tried to make it sit straight, it wouldn't. It was like it would go in all different directions, if that helps you. Not a very tall gentleman. And he was also a person who could get involved in many things. I see fingers going in many pies. So he was a person who loved to get involved in so many things. Do you understand this gentleman now? Good, thank you. All right, so what does he want to say to you? There's a change coming up for you. You're very happy in the work that you're doing. You love it. You love your connection to people. But it's like you've come to a certain point and now there is a choice of roads. Which road will I take? Do you understand that? I'm hearing the words, the road less travelled. But what that means for you is you've got to follow what's in here, what's in your heart. There's a little bit of logic stepping in for you at the moment. Do you understand that? Okay. Logic is important. It's very good. It really helps us, but we really have to come from heart. So don't dismiss that, is what he wants to say to you. It's going to be really important that you go with this rather than with that. It may not make sense to you at the moment, but as you begin to trust it and work with it more, it'll be as if doors will just open up for you. That's what he wants you to know, all right? So I'll leave that with you. Thank you. Just to finish off before I sit down, a gentleman in an Air Force uniform, quite a tall gentleman. Coming back to you. So your name was Jan, was it? Jan, okay. Sometimes we get more, which is so good, isn't it? Okay. Now, how does he connect you? He is connected to you family-wise, is what I'm being told. And interestingly enough, I also got a connection to brother. Does this make sense to you? Not really, okay. I still have to go with it. This is something to do with what's going on with brother and connection to your brother. And I want to go back a little bit in time. So if you can just allow your mind to take you back, I want to go back quite a few years. There were things going on around him, and this is where this one connects. All right, so I'll just leave that with you to think about. This is what he's giving me. He's saying there needs to be, his words, not mine, a little bit of shoe shining going on at the moment. Now, I know that sounds silly, but this is about paying attention to detail. The way we present ourselves to the world, the way we attend to details. It's nothing to do with how you're presenting yourself to the world. Rather, it's the details in the things that you're doing. Because what he's saying, you're missing little things at the moment. Do you understand that? And when you miss those little things, it makes life a little bit tricky for you to deal with, okay? So he wants you to really, I guess, just have an awareness of what you are doing and what you need to be doing. He's also showing me some papers at the moment. Do you have some paperwork you need to fill out? Not really. Okay. So it's either a no or not really. Which is it? No. No, it's not him with the paperwork then. Interesting, we've tried to come to Jack with paperwork before. So if it's not relating to you, then I'm not with you because I know what to get. So I'll just leave the first bit with you, but pay attention to detail. Who's got paperwork they're attending to at the moment? Lots of paperwork. Is it you? Thank you. I was given this on my way here today. It's going to be really important that you just take your time. It's like you're really rushing and pushing and trying to get through it all and to get it all sorted. Do you understand that? Yeah, I understand. Just been through that. I think I threw out 11,000 photographs last week relating to my parents. I had to go through every one of them because I don't want to miss anything relating to family. And this is what's happening for you. I've got a lady stepping in behind you. I feel this is a grandmotherly presence. She passed this spirit quite some time ago. Fairly short in stature, but very strong in her nature. She would not put up with anything from anybody around her. And that's what she's saying for you. But take your time, slow down a little bit with the paperwork, okay? Because it's creating a draining energy on you. Do you understand that? So she's saying schedule a time in, devote that time to the paperwork and then let the rest go. All right, and you can do it again tomorrow. You don't have to do it all in one big hit, all right? So I'll leave that with you. Thank you.